Bum. All right. So this video, hi, it's me, Dr.Ween. I came back from work, tired, exhausted, and for once, I saw that there was a beginner Strive tournament that I enjoy entering, which is the Wild Tide Beginners Tournament, as you can see here. And in the process of getting into the bracket, playing my matches, I ended up winning. I didn't expect this, mostly because I really don't consistently practice Strive. Right when Strive came out, I played a lot of Strive. I put in a lot of hours in the first 6 months or so. Then I started being. Whoop. All right. So I got really busy with work, and then didn't just. I played Strive when I had some time and opportunity, right? And a lot of the time that I put into the game was just to mess around and figure things out. So when I entered Wild Tide Beginners Tournament 52, I have entered this specific tournament series, I think, a total of 3 or 4 times. And every time I made it to top 8, and usually was out pretty early on in the bracket, so I usually had to make losers runs, and would end up maybe 7th, 5th, never really getting a top 3 placement, right? But in this tournament, I got top 3, and then I continued and got top 1. So let me give the full bracket to give a little bit of perspective. So I started off as 5th seed, and generally, I play Potemkin, I should say, and my Potemkin has a lot of work. When I started playing again for this tournament, I hadn't practiced a lot of my confirms, and I was missing. And you'll see it in the run that I show here. I was missing a lot of my confirms. But in any case, the time that I put into Strive is usually in the lab. I usually try to figure out if I see something cool. I try to figure out how I can do that for myself. I basically make sure that I can do the confirms that I need to do. Right, practicing safe jumps, and right now what I've been doing is I've been practicing a lot of safe jumps. Right, if I get a grab, if I get a knockdown, how do I time my safe jumps so I can punish correctly? So in any case, the tournament goes the following. I 3-1 my opponent here, and then I go to the next round 3, where I have to face Meadow. Now, Meadow has apparently been playing a lot in this tournament series, and I will zoom up to this here. So generally, the matchups that I know a handful of matchups, right? The matchups that I know are Biken. There was a lot of Bikens when I was playing generally. There was a lot of Souls. There's a lot of Kais. Who else? A lot of Souls, a lot of Kais. But the characters I don't know how to play against because I just don't have the practice on are Happy Chaos, Bridget, because I really haven't played all that much in the past handful of months. Happy Chaos, Bridget, Testament, a lot of the DLC characters, Sin as well. Don't have that much practice versus. And so this matchup I was concerned about because I was coming in with basically no knowledge and no prep. And Bridget generally is acknowledged to have a lot of tools to deal with Potemkin because he's just a big body. And so a lot of this match, I mean, right, it's beginners, right? So there's a lot of unoptimized, not perfect things. However, Meadow does a fairly good job, at least for me, against me to pressure me and push me into the corners and just make sure that I don't get what I need to get done. So Uh, this matchup generally goes the way of. So this particular match goes the way of Meadow. Meadow 3-0s me. I get a hand, like maybe a few rounds, but I don't know how to deal with the tools and the yo-yos that Meadow is throwing out, right? All of these options I really don't know, so I'm just trying to basically gimmick my way out. But as you can see, I've practiced the safe jump, so I'm able to end here, right? And my main issue is once the yo-yo pressure starts happening, I don't know when I can press, right? So when I'm in this pressure situation, especially in the corner, or when am I supposed to get out? So I throw out different mega fists, I throw out different options, but Meadow does a good job of punishing me on my very unsafe options, right? And then uses that to extend pressure to the point where, once again, I don't know when I can press, I don't know what I can do. I can skip a little bit, but it goes pretty fast. Out of the matches that happen, this is one of the shorter ones, maybe with the exception of this first one. In back here, right? So it's me trying to abuse my armor when Bridget can just break through all of that, rotating through different pressure options, grab, not grab. Trying to do the aerials. Oh yes, there was something else I didn't know, which I only started doing at the end. This jump sequence, right? So that the spin move, right, where it's I'm not sure if it's around the world or whatever, but like that move basically stalls them to the air and continues to pressure from up. And I didn't know how to deal with that during the match. And as you can see, I learned it as we were playing. But in the end, I lose the match because I'm just trying to press buttons and trying to get out. That's about it. Yeah. Just at that point, I kind of gave up. So that was my first. So I get dumped into losers. And I see that so in losers I fight, I believe this was an Anji if I'm not mistaken. So I was very unsure about this matchup. I ended up going 3-0. I forget exactly how it happened, but I didn't feel that they were taking advantage of the unsafe options I was doing. So in any case, right? So I get a lot of. Oh no, I'm sorry. No. Oh no, that's correct. Okay, no. So anyway, after this match, I then move up to losers round 4, which I believe was top 8. Yeah. So I move up to losers top 8. So I'm in top 8 again. This is a stand. I'm happy with this, right? At this point, I'm content with my run. And I know because Thundergodstone was on stream. If I go back to lose top 18, oh no, they weren't. But in any case, I knew that my matchup here was going to be a Gold Lewis, and then I knew my matchup after this was also going to be Gold Lewis. And Gold Lewis is generally one of my generally it's a weak matchup, but I also didn't necessarily know what to do in this matchup before this tournament. So what I did, because I had a break, there was a bunch of stream matches going on. I spent the time doing 2 things, because I saw that Meadow was still in the bracket in the upper section. I also saw that there was 2 Gold Lewis on my way to get higher placement, right? So I spent the time. First of all, I went to grab an apple. Then I ate the apple. I drank some water, and said, okay, let me see if I can figure out what I can do against Gold Lewis. So I used this opportunity to research a few things about Gold Lewis and his pressure, not necessarily about Potemkin, right, his Potemkin specific stuff, but just what is he trying to do, how is he trying to do it, and what is punishable, what is not. As you can see, I went 3-0. Spoiler, but we can skip to Dr.Ween versus Thundergodstone. So in this match, I knew a few things, and I'll point them out as we go through the match. The first is, right, I wanted to stop the aerial approach, which is why in the initial start of this match, I started throwing out 6P, basically to clip whatever they were trying to throw out. And that includes the I think it's far slash? That move right there. I was trying to clip that. So I was trying to clip two things at once with 6P, which was their Gold Lewis poke and Gold Lewis aerial approach. But Thundergodstone is quite good, at least in the match I had, at dash block, right? And so you can see as I'm trying to do 6P, they try to pressure me. And right, I'm just throwing out very unsafe options, trying to stop the air approach, trying to just do what I need to do. Yeah. So here I was trying to just do some air pressure. Just throwing out, trying to anticipate Gold Lewis's approach, because the thing that's scary about, yeah, and then I just trick him out. So the thing that's scary about Gold Lewis is the Behemoth. If the Behemoth is not in range, that's fine. So I tried my best to make sure that they weren't able to approach and try to, right? So, and tried to stop the aerial approach, which is why you see here, when after they after they get bursted back, I think they're trying to go for the aerial approach, but they're not. So they get some pressure. I try to backdash. A lot of small pokes. Now I'm in the corner. Now it's dangerous, right? I have no burst. Trying to keep them out, keep them away. Lots of small pokes, right? And I'm still trying to fish for an aerial approach that doesn't exist. Now here, here, I know that Gold Lewis players like to use this reversal because it's quite good, right? And he has the life lead. Gold Lewis has the life lead. So I want to be careful, but I also figure that we're in top 8, so I can be patient. So there's two ways of going about it. I can be patient, or I can try to continue to pressure them. So if you see me here, I get the knockdown. I get more pressure. I get another knockdown, and here I wait. Right here, I was waiting for the super, and they didn't do it. So I throw out the far poke, get more pressure, and here I think I'm in the clear, right? But I get hit with the reversal super. It happens, right? I didn't have much life. It was going to be a tough comeback. Then, right? Once again, I go back to the strategy of I want to clip the pokes, right? And Thundergodstone does a good job of just clipping me low, right? It's okay. Well, if you're just going to 6P, let me try hitting low. So there is one of the few successful times where I blocked the aerial approach. So I didn't learn my lesson, but hey. So here, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start changing the tactic, right? Here, it's let me stop the run-up approach, because Thundergodstone is not doing... So before we get into that, Thundergodstone is not doing... aerial approaches all that often, and the one aerial approach that I did catch was a little bit different, right? And the aerial approach that just happened there was because of drone, right? Aerial approach here, I stop it. So now, my thinking is I need to stop the ground approach. So how do you stop ground approach? You throw out buttons as they're running, right? So button, backdash button. Right, I didn't need to do that forward Mega Fist. Anyway, so once again, I I had the feeling here that there was going to be a super, and so when they do super, actually you can see, watch. So, I think, yeah. So you can see here, I was doing two things, right? I was going to do 2D. This is the startup to 2D. I had a feeling though that there might be a super. So when I did the 2D, I was already mashing back, right? To get backwards Roman cancel. So this 2D comes out, Gold Lewis does super, and I'm out, right? So let me see if I can show exact frames on this. So super freeze is over. We're moving again. And as I think I got very lucky, but I managed to mash out Roman cancel in time to narrowly dodge the super here. It may not have hit me, but anyway, I continue my pressure, right? Knock down into Garuda. I stopped the air approach here because I knew that they were going to air approach, but they confirm off of this, but I don't die. I try to pressure, continue going forward. There we go. And I didn't have enough to do Pop Buster. It's also safer just to do the knockdown. So that was game one, right? So a lot of I had to change up my approach because I was convinced, because Gold Lewis has really good air options. Dust, jump dust is very good. The schmicks on heavy, jump heavy is fantastic. And so, right, and then I had to make the adjustment and just pressure with these small buttons to stop the run up. That's why you see me throwing 2p, 5p. I go over the drone. We're very lucky. Yeah, same thing. I'm trying to instead pressure. Yeah, stop the run up. Get some damage. There's probably a better combo route, but right, I'm not necessarily a combo expert here. I don't play that often, but I still want to make sure I get some damage. So I go for the grab, doesn't work. I burst. There we go. Trying to poke. Yeah. Miss, whiff. Okay. Sure. Just pokes, and Mega Fist forward. Anyway. So take a look at this. This approach right here. This is what I'm trying to stop. And I even try to stop it with 6p. I just don't get it in time, right? I'm trying to stop that approach because it's very good. It's the first time that they've done it in the match. Okay, I think I lose this round. Anyway. Or no, I don't. So, right, once again, I'm trying to stop the moving forward. So I do the shield. He absorbs the shield. Continues to pressure me. Right, stopping the move forward. And here, I haven't done a lot of Potemkin busters in this match anyway. So I jump up and just do buster, right? Easy peasy. Gold Lewis gets gold burst and immediately pressures me with laser. So I know laser, And I knew laser. The problem with laser is if you're on the ground, Gold Lewis can mix you and potentially get you while you're in the beam. So the way you avoid this is you jump up and you block when you're in the beam. So that's what I did. FD beam, and then I finish with crouching slash into Potemkin Busker, which is a very easy confirm if you have charge. So you can do hammer fall break. So that was right. All these small adaptations to a matchup which I consider not to be great. So same deal. I want to stop the walk up approach, so I throw out big buttons to catch the run up. But as you can see, Thundergodstone is doing quite well and making sure these are blocked. For too far for Garuda. That was a miss Potemkin Buster. I try to mix. It doesn't work. But yeah, very good approach, right? Run up block, run up block, run up block. And I just try to make sure to poke it out. I steal this. It's it works. It works at this level. Yeah. So same deal. That is completely punishable, but I haven't been doing Buster this entire time. I tried for a second one, doesn't work. Right. Same thing. I'm pressuring with buttons to stop the run up approach. I don't manage to get the grab, even though it was technically the right choice. Good damage conversions on the side of Gold Lewis. I have meter, so I pressure. So it is blocking low, which is great. It means that, burst. I don't care that it does drone, hits me when trying to do some business. Good instant blocks, or just blocks. First time that's the low behemoth was used. It's not getting baited by all my aerial approaches, and yeah, I figured, okay. So here on Yellow Burst, I didn't think that, usually after 2 Yellow Burst busters, people understand that it's going to happen. So instead, what I want to do is catch the Batchash, which is why I did 2P, but Thundergodstone blocked. So instead, I did a very unsafe business and lost the round. Then, yeah, and a lot of just Mega Fist forwards, really not stopping. I'm just pressuring with these small buttons, and then I do forward, Mega Fist forward, which is unsafe. Wasn't ready for that to confirm. I catch, so I was told afterwards. So here I anticipated. I think here the speed at which I did this, it was anticipation of a jump, but apparently this was supposed to be super. This was supposed to be Gold Lewis super. So this was completely by accident on both of our ends. But it allowed me to get additional pressure in the corner. At this point, I realized the bar that he has. But ignore it, right? I have a big enough health lead where it doesn't matter to me. There's the backdash on the yellow RC Buster. So here at this point, with the life total and life lead and all that business, I was pretty sure that Gold Lewis was going to use Gatling gun. So Gatling gun, if you're at a far distance, you use FD to stop it, right? But I still wanted meter, so it didn't matter. Anyway, but that was the thinking that I would have had. He jumped at me and then, 6P. Anyway, so with that, going back to the bracket, so I beat Thundergodstone 3-0 in a matchup that I generally didn't like before. Well, I still don't like it, but I didn't expect to do as well as I did, but I think it was very helpful to have looked up some information on Gold Lewis before the match, right? It allowed me to understand what I was supposed to be looking for and how to get it. And even if it didn't work, I could then adapt to the player, right? I still understand what Gold Lewis can do and what he's trying to achieve. And instead, right, focus on the player with those small aspects of Gold Lewis still in mind. My next match, DQ'd. This was another Gold Lewis. I would have been really curious to know what the difference would have been. But it didn't happen, but that's fine. And then I had to face a Chipp. Now, Chipp is a matchup which I generally, I know. It's not one that I do a lot, but I know the matchup and I know what is potentially dangerous or not. I also tried to play a little bit of Chipp a year ago. So I knew most of the moves that he has and how they function and what is unsafe and not, at least to a general degree. And so what I did is after I finished my match, because my match was on stream, I watched whoever was going to lose this next match or win this next match, sorry, because we're in losers, would then face me. So it was 3-2 and it was the Chipp who won. So I watched their match. And as you can see, this Chipp is wild. He does everything and everything possible to just pressure with no regard of their life total, even though it's like the lowest life total in the game. And so it's a lot of you'll notice this, right? It's a lot of close slash, right? It's close slash, far slash, heavy slash, and then alpha blade across, right? And that sequence is something that this Chipp did a lot in the matches that I saw here, right? Right, trying to clip, trying to get the aerial approach, can get confirms off the wall. So clearly, like, does the practice in the lab to make sure that they can confirm at least things like this. A lot of the Rekka, it's how to put this? This Chipp throws out a lot of different pieces of their kit without regard of their life, right? And so the match basically goes back and forth because they're both swinging, and so let me put it another way. This is all the way back here. So it's Astroflip plus Fishman. So one of these may eventually come up here. Then I also see that Kevin Diamond is also here, right? So then it's Chipp versus Nagoriyuki. And it's the same deal, right? I can see versus the Eno that this Chipp is doing all this business, right? Eno, I have a general I have practiced with a friend of mine. So I generally know what Eno is trying to do and what the game plan is, but watching this match, it was clear that Chipp was going to win because Eno just didn't know how to handle the pressure that Chipp was putting on. Even though, right, the pressure on Chipp was quite good when there, right? So Fishman goes up to 3-1 in this matchup and wins because Eno is unable to deal with this crazy Chipp's pressure, and it's things like full screen Sansurogan, I think is what it's called. Anyway, it's absolutely wild, and it's just swinging, right? And nobody's blocking, everybody's swinging. And I tend to consider myself a more patient player, so I feel like if I'm able to wait out Chipp's pressure, I can win this pretty easily, right? Because if we look, Fishman's games, right, versus the Nago, it was 3-0. Versus the Eno, it was 3-2, much closer. Right, and nobody's blocking the Alpha Blade on cross up, and then he immediately switches to the Rekka. Anyway, so in my match, after having watched the stream, because I was watching this, here you can see that when he starts this pressure string, I'm able to block there's probably a better punish, which I didn't do, but I'm able to block the string as needed. I knew that this Chipp also likes to Beta Blade a lot, so Garuda is safe because they're not going to cancel. Basically, I consider it safe because they're not going to cancel the uppercut, and I can also space it out at a distance, right? If I do it up close, then Beta Blade works, but if I do at a distance, it doesn't, and you'll see this in this match. I also assume that Chipp just presses buttons, so I can do in neutral the shield and then get a knockdown. So Beta Blade again. Confirms were terrible. I probably could have got an easy wall break off of that if I wanted. But as you can see, punishing on some basic things, right? Keeping pressure because this Chipp just wants to hit buttons and move. Yeah, and they're going to do this, right? And to me, that's fine, right? You can use the meter for so much. There are a lot better things that you can use the meter for on Chipp. So I'm okay with this. I also still have burst. Yeah, and then I just get the round. So a clean, easy first game. Skip to here. Yeah, and same thing. I can kind of pressure. No big deal. Because Chipp is just going to run forward and do a bunch of things. Yeah, Beta Blade. I had probably had a better punish than that. That spaced out Garuda, just in case the Beta Blades. Yeah, and now, right, is going to push buttons. But I can still block the cross-up, right? That's Beta Blade again, right, which I should have expected. And now Beta Blade up, right? This is different. So some more pressure, right? Everybody gets at this level. Everybody gets caught by that. So right, because I know how trigger happy this Chipp is. Once I hit with the Potemkin Buster here, I immediately think, as he's coming down, this is exactly what I'm thinking. Oh, let me make the screen bigger again. Oops. I'm thinking in this moment, he's going to Beta Blade. If I come up close, I'm going to Potemkin Buster again. So that's exactly what happened. And you win off of these things, right? If you're pressing uppercut, I'm going to catch it with Potemkin Buster. So it's an easy, I'm going to use Potemkin Buster. You'll also note that in many of my matches, I don't use the Buster a lot. The reason why is a lot of people are afraid of the Buster. And you can capitalize on the fear of the Buster more so than the actual Buster itself by continuing pressure and continuing to do things when they're anticipating Buster, right? But in cases like this, where I know they're trigger happy and a reversal is a reversal, then a Potemkin Buster is one of the best options that you can do versus uppercuts because you can grab the uppercut. So, a lot of what happens in this match, it's I think I lose just this one, and I think it's just a lot of small. It's a lot of small mistakes repeated. Yeah, I try for the grab, they go for the backdash, and it's just a lot of pressure of just I'm making small mistakes, I'm doing unsafe things because I'm 2-0 up, and I think I can do whatever I want, which I can't. So I'll just move a little bit. Yeah, right. It's things like this where I do slide head and I forget that they're going to use this super every single opportunity possible. They go for the grab, which they haven't gone through in this entire set, and then I try to backdash what they're doing. I think it ends up being close, but I think I'm just pressing buttons. So here I decide, after losing 2 straight rounds to Chipp, I think, okay, it was very easy. I just have to be patient and just wait out all the unsafe things that Chipp is doing. So, in this last match, I'm doing unsafe things again, but Chipp is not doing much, right? And he also doesn't have a lot of health. So Beta Blade, I catch it. I miss the safe jump, but hilariously, still Beta Blades. And able to punish it. Backdash. Right, this Chipp is only running forward, so I can throw out buttons and it'll catch and hurt. Beta Blade, of course, but that's fine. I mean, it doesn't do all that much damage and does give all that much pressure. Didn't block there. I knew that they were going to be very jumpy. This was the right decision. I had made the right decision, but it was just too far or too early. The grab. I forget how this plays out. Yes, I lose this round. Anyway, but that's fine. That happens. Oh, pressure. In the corner. I keep him in the corner. Two yellow bursts. Chipp continues pressure. I knock down. That is very... It's punishable, but nobody realizes it. Yeah, I don't block this. Fine, I have a lot of health. I can make mistakes. Yes, and then backwards Mega Fist to get out of pressure. Yep. So, fairly straightforward. 3-1 for me. And then I jump immediately into the Bridget matchup. Now, thankfully, I had done my previous work to look up what Bridget does. Because at the point that I had the bye, so going back to the bye here, this is when I knew if I beat Fishman, which I was very confident I would, then I would need to face Meadow. This was the match that concerned me the most. Because, if I can remind everyone, Meadow beat me 3-0. So, I made sure during this bye match to look up what she does, what Bridget does. So in this, you can see the change in how I approach, and the change in my approach was mainly about when I could do my options. Right. So there are two places where I can pressure, really. At least right, once again, at this lower level where not all of us are super cracked out, I can then move when the regular string finishes and the yo-yo is thrown out, right? So here I was trying to do back Mega Fist, but right, you'll see when the pressure ends, I will move. And that's my opportunity to basically do something. So I usually did back Mega Fist just because it's a decent move and maybe I'll clip something. But that was my plan, right? So more pressure. I was anticipating a jump, which I didn't get. But now, as you can see here, as they yo-yo in, I know that I'm supposed to block high, right? And then I can block low. And here, right, when this yo-yo comes out, I decide, let's see. Let me see if I can show. So goes low again, right? Still blocking. But I know the yo-yo is out. So my guess is that they want to continue pressure. Therefore, I can swing here. Because if it's continuing pressure, you want to set the yo-yo so it does damage when it comes back, not when it goes out. So throws the yo-yo, and I'm able to connect, a burst, back Mega Fist to stop, and then uppercut. Lots of just jamming around, and then burst, right? So we're back to a neutral. I have... So here I have knockdown. I tried to get a grab here, which I didn't get. I just got back Mega Fist. And I'm jumping the yo-yo, just trying to avoid the presser strings. Grab. I really don't grab. Right back Mega Fist to get out of pressure for the incoming. Now I'm just trying to swing and then confirm for dead. So I feel much better, right? I'm able to get out of the pressure that I was receiving in that first match that I had with Meadow. And now it gives a boost of confidence, right? I finally got a decent round off. So, right, I do aerial approach. I try to go over the buttons that are being tossed, and I do a lot of damage. Yep, same thing. Nobody people haven't figured that out. Okay. So this is great. So now that I've done a buster, people then realize buster exists. And so what I did here is I didn't do anything because I wanted to see how Meadow would react. By seeing how Meadow would react, I gain information. And so here, what I saw when I moved up here, and right, I could have done buster. Meadow jumps backwards, right? Dashes back. And so when I see the dash back, I'm like, oh, great. So what I can do now is then I'm going to go for the aerial approach, right? If they're jumpy, they might then jump again, right? So as soon as I see the backdash, I jump, they swing a button, I get the hit, and then I got the round, right? But that immediately tells me that there's fear, right? When you get immediate backdash and then immediate button, right? You're trying to you're autopiloting. At least this is what I could see, right? I'm seeing an autopilot get out of the buster move. And this also signals to me that if I ever want to try to do buster, Meadow is going to be very jumpy. So I probably shouldn't use buster all that much because I will get more benefit from doing other things. So that's game one. Or round one. No, game one. Okay. So now that I sense a little bit of fear, and now that I'm avoiding a lot of the pressure, just because, right, I'm able to jump and Mega Fist at the proper time. I feel a lot more confident. Now you can see as well, right? The yo-yo that's coming out is the damage yo-yo, right? To stop my approach, and then anticipatory aerial buttons. So you can see here, for example, I expect a bigger button, but it's just the disc, and the disc does damage on the way in. So it's a lot of, now it's trying to pressure me at a distance so that that Meadow can get in. So pressure in the corner, right? Lots of pressure sequences here, right? I see the yo-yo come out, so I'm going to try to mash like hits. I get the knockdown, a burst. So here I was expecting like a slash, not the yo-yo, but the yo-yo is the pressure yo-yo, or it wasn't the pressure yo-yo. Anyway, get out, burst, let Megafall, Hammer Fist go all the way. This was unsafe. I don't know why I did that. Mega Fist forward into confirmation of damage. Miss because I probably should have done something else. Block. One of the reasons why I'm jumping a lot here. So I'm jumping a lot here because I'm trying to avoid the buttons on the ground. Because there in the spot that I'm jumping here, there's not a lot of Bridget stuff that can hit me there except for yo-yo. I block this. Pressure. That was definitely nerves, so I just block and right, like I'm expecting pressure anyway, so it's an easy block. Let's see. Yeah, just Garuda into 2D, trying to be patient, but nothing. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Now I'm blocking after the regular string at a distance because I know it's the damage one. There, you can see it was anticipation of me jumping because I have been jumping a lot. I get a little hit. Don't know why I did Buster. I YRC to get out of that situation. I get 6P'd. Pressure, right? And back Mega Fist finally works. A lot of forward Mega Fist because they're not really being punished all that much. A grab, yeah. Getting out of pressure for myself. Oh, whiffed. I burst here because I am a hero, and I figured I might be able to just clutch out the round, which I did. I have health. Now I'm up 2-0 versus the person who put me into losers, right? And so here I'm feeling a lot of confidence. You can see here, right? I start with forward Mega Fist, which is terribly unsafe. But now I know, right? The change in pressure, right? It's the yo-yo that does damage that comes out, as opposed to the yo-yo to set up pressure. Let me see if I can boost this. There. So yeah, forward Mega Fist, forward Mega Fist. I could have probably gotten more off of that, but that's fine. But I block the pressure strings, and then once they're done, doesn't do the work to basically continue pressure, which is now it's happening, but needed that area, like needed to I don't know, need to open me up, but I don't know how that could have been done. 6P to block the damage here. Good cancel off of the clash. And a lot of what Bridget's doing right now is just absolute fear, right? Bridget has the tools to stop Potemkin at a distance, but all that jumping, it just smells of fear. So I can just do kind of whatever and not have to worry about it. Right back. All right. So Hammerfall, because I'm expecting just buttons, right? When people are panicked, they do a lot of decisions to just get out of situations. And so grapplers, when grapplers can, when anybody can tell this, but at least for me as a grappler player, when people do this, it makes it much easier to catch them doing silly things and catch them off guard with things that they shouldn't be caught off guard with. For example, charge dust, right? I haven't used an entire match, so I can hit charge dust because I'm just doing tons of things, and Bridget's afraid, right? Meadow is portraying that there is a lot of concern. And now this is when I can start doing things that are generally considered unsafe, but do them anyway because, right, there is a fear of something might happen. Block high, now that I've learned. I can pressure scooter pressure, but I didn't do it. Yeah, burst, of course. Trying to catch some kind of approach, right? Bridget can break armor. It's just so nice, but it wasn't used in this match all that much. Yeah, back Mega Fist, forward Mega Fist. Hope I could catch it. Didn't happen. And then the low to win it out. So 3-0 the person who put me into the losers bracket, and here I am for the first time in grand finals. So I also during my bye, I fed myself a ton of food. Here's my bye. I fed myself food and I drank a lot of water because I knew if I could go right. I wouldn't have a break if I beat Fishman, who I knew I would beat, and then right maybe I could beat Meadows if I was focused, and it worked, right? I was able to get to grand finals versus Tazynth, who apparently was doing very, very well throughout the entire tournament, and also spoilers, won the next beginners tournament. So what does this mean for me? Nagoriyuki is a matchup which I actually am very comfortable with, especially at this level of like beginners, like beginner intermediate ish, right? Because everybody was playing Nagoriyuki to start, and a lot of the options, the pressure strings that Nagoriyuki has are good, but then you also have to spend blood to do what you want to do. So right, with the drawbacks and the issues and drawbacks, whatever, I generally had a good feeling for the matchup, right? So at round start, I know it's unsafe, so I just backdash. I tried to clip a button at a distance, but Tazynth does a lot of pressure. But I also am very well aware of how this pressure works. So if he comes forward to dash, right, that was a little bit too far, right? Back Mega Fist is a good response, right? And I can just continue to pressure here. This is completely unsafe, but this Nagoriyuki doesn't know. So I continue to pressure, get the knockdown, and that's that, right? That's round one. So I was like, okay, I think I feel comfortable. So I wait, gets the grab, that's fine. Yeah, so this is classic. If Beyblade is done at 0, meaning, or sorry, if Beyblade is done at close quarters, this move is 0, which means that grab is very likely, and so I usually will tech here, which, as you can see, I tech. This is important because in the match, I get punished for this habit. And you'll see in a moment. So I hit and I get the knockdown. So I crawl forward, throw up some buttons, and do full charge Mega Fist, which are Hammerfall, which is not good. Pressure. I get. I'll always get one. I'll always get one yellow RC Pop Buster. There you go. So Beyblade is basically 0. And I tech, but Tazynth knows, so teleport back and then damage, so I burst. Damage into, I think, soup. Oh, no, super. Yeah, continue pressure. And then I tech again and dead. So I get caught a lot by this, and it cost me definitely this first game, right? So I get some pressure. There's a lot of backdashing. So when I see a lot of backdashing, it's backdash is always a good option. But what that means is I cannot use Potemkin Buster on them. I need to condition them so I can use Buster on them. So damage. Backdash, but RC to catch the backdash. So right, I do yellow RC, and considering I can see that this Nagoriyuki is adapting very fast, I'm able to then I then go for the 2K2D knockdown, because I have a pretty good feeling that this Nagoriyuki doesn't will backdash, right? So no counter means that I caught the backdash. 6p to pressure, tries to catch me doing some things. I try to swing. That was a misinput. I was trying to do other things, which is unfortunate. I had the damage and I had the counters, but because of that, I kind of panic and I lose this first match, which, oh well. It happens, but I have, so at this point, right, I've lost one game, but I feel very confident. I can see that it's going to be a match where I will have to think and adapt, but I can be patient and do the things I need to do. So, right, patient, jump when the pressure's over. I try to grab, which doesn't work, so I burst. And this is another thing. You can grab Hammerfall, and full screen Hammerfall. You have plenty of time to figure it out. So that gets punished. I immediately wake up Popbuster because I don't know why. I try to throw out a button at immediate super. So it's a lot of like gung ho, just throwing out things. I Popbuster, no punish, meaning that there was no block underneath, so I'm assuming it was backdash. So knockdown into backdash again, right? It's a lot of backdash, backdash, backdash. So I need to, during this match, catch the backdash. So unfortunately, doesn't get the grab there. Yeah, and armor doesn't last throughout all of that. So fine. I am now concerned, but it's fine. I jump and block, backdash the grab there. That, yeah. So here, hold on. I probably could have done something better, but here that jump attack, I knew that this was something I could easily grab on the way down. So I do, and I try to do a safe jump setup. What I learned after watching this stream is that there is no safe jump setup here, because Nagoriyuki gets knocked out of it if I do 5p. So I just throw things. There's damage, there's cancel. Yeah. So this is an important detail. I get burst back here, right? And this Nago recognizes this, right? And Nago changes their pressure, expecting that I'm going to burst. So I get knocked out of the pressure. It is not useful sometimes. I tend to be very patient with my burst. I will burst very early in the round or early in the game, but I will be very, very patient with my burst. And so if people try to bait something that, right, like if you're being patient, if your opponent's being patient with the burst, don't bait the burst unless you're further into the combo, basically, right? It's, if they're being patient, you have to delay the timing of when you want to catch them in at least, anyway, point is, I wasn't going to burst. They were trying to catch the burst. I didn't burst. So I'm able to then catch the backdash. I don't know why I did Potemkin Buster. Yeah, that's the grab, pressure, into knockdown. Yeah, backdash, right? Backdash, just only backdash. It's a good option, right? Backdash is a fine option. Oh, oh. So something to mention here, right? Full pressure. Like when Nago has bar, they'll do the full string, right? 1, 2, 3, and then they will Roman cancel. So after the Roman cancel happens, and after I figured I'd just burst, which is very unsafe, but I did it. Nago comes back forward, low into the ghost. Once the ghost hits, I immediately will do back Mega Fist. Because whatever they come up with next, whether it's a slash, whether it's a something, right? Back Mega Fist gets out of a lot of options here. It could be a grab. So it is, in fact, a grab that they were going for, but I was already doing back Mega Fist. Anyway. So I eked out a round. Goes for low, pressure, 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 pressure. Yeah, and there, right? I've now learned my lesson. If I see the zoop move, the disappearing act, that is to get out of. It's to get out of. It's to bait me into throwing, which I, at least in this case, didn't do. I instead do back Mega Fist to catch the button that was being swung to punish me, but didn't happen. Then hit the button, got the armor through, and now we're back to neutral. I'm trying for an air approach, trying to get... Yeah, I get grabbed out of that, sure, fine. Yeah. I tried to RC forward to get some pressure. 2 double dashes forward. This, I don't know. So, Roman cancel. Flash. Do. Flash again, I believe. Flash again, yeah. Yeah, teleport forward. And I immediately, no matter what is happening here. Yeah, definitely that was a grab. And the reason why right, like, I saw the blood was high anyway, so I used this opportunity to, right, backdash, get the knockdown. Right, Nagoriyuki is only backdashing. Now here, yeah, so I also get the impression, right, since I'm low on life and they're full screen, so what I do is I do a delayed hammer fall, and I immediately stop, so by the time that they wake up, it will be right. This is very tempting to super, which is what Nago does, right? And so I had anticipated this by, right, like I had Roman cancel. So as soon as I was basically right on top of him, I immediately triggered Roman cancel, which probably triggered right before. Actually, let me see. Yeah, so before super hits, I'm already hitting Roman cancel. This was in anticipation, right? So, blocked, knockdown, pressure, expecting the backdash, expecting... This is also backdash. Right? On wake up, it's all... a lot of backdash. But in this case, it was just blocking low. In any case. Right, catch backdash, then finally block low, and then you get the round, right? So, yep. Pressure, pressure, stomp, pressure, more pressure. Trying to catch me pressing a button. I tried to back up, it didn't work. Get the grab, sure. Here I mash. So the reason why I mash here is I don't know. The punch recovers very quick, and we're at 0. So if I don't know what they were pressing, but if it was grab, since I was already pre-mashing, it was going to get me out of the situation with the 2P. So I mash, mash, mash. I tried for Potemkin Buster there, it didn't work. Super, sorry, burst. More pressure. I get baited again because I'm bad. 2D pressure into forward Mega Fist, which is unsafe. Get the knockdown. Grab, sure. Now back Mega Fist. Tried to get some pressure here. Nothing. I'm still trying to catch the backdash, but this gets dicey. Ooh, what did I catch here? Okay, it was some button, but anyway, I catch that button. More pressure. I tried for Kara grab. It didn't work. So I get punished for it. Very sloppy continue pressure, but it is what it is. Yeah, once again, hammer fall up close, but I hammer fall break right up close, so the immediate autopilot is super, so I get the knockdown. More pressure. And then hammerfall, I think, was for Chipp. There was no, there was a counter, so a button was pressed. Grab, I think, flip, because not. Yep. So blood meter is gone. Nago technically has the advantage because of high pressure. Pops the grab. Anticipates my jumping back, blocks the burst, and then I grab because I'm a fiend. But right at this point, a lot of what I was doing after these pressure sequences was I was trying to catch the backdash, right? So in this case, there was just no backdash. So manage another game. I'm up 1. Get the grab. So here, actually, yeah, backdash, and I managed to catch another button into grab, which that was something I was practicing a lot, even though with not a lot of time. That was a Mistbuster, or Garuda, sorry. I'm a fiend, so I try for charge dust again. Doesn't work. This is regular grab, punished for whatever button I was hitting. See, all right. So again, right? I'm very patient with my burst. Nagoriyuki was trying to bait my burst. I haven't fell for a burst. I fell for one burst bait, and that was at the bare end of a round. I will always keep, especially first round, I would keep my burst on to get out of a very sticky situation, not just random pressure. And this to me was random pressure. So right, there, I knew that the wall was going to break. That's why I burst. Grab, lots of grabs, and I don't really, for some reason I just don't tech grabs like that. I probably should backdash funny. Beyblade, here I grab because it's the safest option. I tried for a safe jump. I still don't know it doesn't exist. Right, backdash in the corner, pressure. That was punishable, but I didn't punish it correctly. Probably could have gotten 2K or something. That was just unlucky. And also, I shouldn't do forward Mega Fist ever. So now, right, he's now adapted and is catching a lot of my aerial options. Yeah, I can grab. Sure. Yep. So then we go. Remember, I'm in losers. I go. Grab. Yeah. Unsafe. Pressure. Roman cancel. So actually, this is interesting. So after this last, this is, okay. Yeah, after the last hit, which, I don't know why I Roman canceled, but what's fascinating is that you can see the shadow of the, you can see Roman cancel is being triggered on Nago, but I triggered the yellow RC first. So it stops the startup of his RC, and I'm able to get the knockdown. Continue pressure. I wait because this Nagoriyuki likes to backdash a lot, and I ended up catching whatever the move was there. First, more pressure from Nago. High blood, so I don't expect teleport. And then I can just dead after that. So yeah, I'm not going to fall for the backwards Fukyo back. But here with high blood, I figured that there's probably going to be jumping for the grab. I'll block. Yeah, I catch the backdash. Catch the backdash. Right, Garuda, catch that, and then because I'm a degenerate. So off of that, I win grand finals. So now we have to go to grand finals reset. Right, and once again, I'm feeling fairly comfortable. I feel hydrated. I feel full of food. And I've been picking up on a lot of the different things that I can do to pressure, right? So now, as you can see, after all of that effort to, like, the entire last set, I was doing 6k into Garuda, which is not safe, and Nago figures that out. So I'm like, okay, I guess I can't gimmick in that sense anymore. But once again, I'm really trying to catch. Yeah, I'll get caught by that a lot. Yeah, expecting a backdash, expecting movement, right? Knockdown, pressure, block here. Huh? Nago is in the corner, has some blood, so I burst. Safe. He has a lot of meter, and I just got lucky there. Got very, very lucky there. Anyway, we have I don't know why I'm doing Garuda Impact in the middle of the screen, but hey, I managed to get out of pressure with backwards Mega Fist. I get some pressure, and I don't get the confirms. I don't get a lot of confirms in this, like any of the matches, because it's been a while since I played, right? Backdash the last thing, but I didn't notice the blood meter. This was an interesting interaction. So I do the knockdown, and then I do Hammerfall, but I do quick Hammerfall break, and then I do Mega Fist forward. Now, this is me just wanting to get a little bit closer for Hammerfall. But what the Nagawara Yuki thinks is because they've been grabbing all of my Hammerfalls, I'm going to grab it. So you can see Nago goes for the grab because they've been catching me every time when I do Hammerfall. So as soon as I triggered Hammerfall, they grabbed, and then I got the hit. But that wasn't my intent. So that was completely by accident. Okay. Yeah, I'm just smashing buttons. Notice the difference here, right? This Nago only started doing this during this final sets, right? Is changing the momentum of the air approach by doing aerial moves, right? It's like stall in the air so that they can get punishes on me for things like slide head or other things, right? And you'll see that a lot in this match to basically bait out my stuff. Burst, of course, because that would have been an immediate Potemkin Buster. Breaks wall. Back Mega Fist. Safe. And I'm not able to confirm, which is not great. I press a button. Dead. Yep. Lots of chip, lots of damage. Grab. Trying to bait out the grab. I won't do it. I didn't think. I didn't think here that they were going to No, I wasn't paying attention to meter. Yeah, grab the back Mega Fist because I've been doing that a lot. That's legit. Continue to pressure. Huh? Oh, I remember this. Okay, so right, no meter on Nagoriyuki's side. I've been catching a lot of the backdashes, so I hit with full charge dust. I get a lot of damage because I can. Here I tried to do shield, but I get it on the third try. The shield gives me some pressure. I get the knockdown. And then here, same thing. If they're blocking, then I can just I can do charge dust again, which gets me the round, so I don't lose the game immediately, which is nice. Ridiculous. Anyway, that's punishable. Grab. Yep. I backdash the Beyblade. That's unsafe. The forward Mega Fist is always unsafe. I grab out of the air because they were stalling, so I figured that was easy. Full meter into knockdown, pressure. I tried to get to the backdash, I didn't. Once again, trying to catch backdash. Oh, I could have probably grabbed off of that, but in any case. Full, yeah, I have to block this out because full meter. Oh yeah, interesting. Nagariyuki was anticipating after that I would back Mega Fist, which I didn't. Right, a lot of what this Nagariyuki was doing was trying to anticipate. I think honestly, why the reason why I won is because Nagariyuki was trying to punish me for things that I wasn't doing. And in some cases, right, it was right. There was punishment for things that I was doing that was working really well, and then there was punishment for things that I'm not doing, like this, which were not working really well, right? The grab of the Mega Fist in the corner makes a lot of sense, but here I think I just backdash here. Yeah, I just backdash, and then I'm able to just catch it, which I can still do in the corner, and probably is a better option in some cases, but anyway, so it's 2-0 in my favor, and Nagoriyuki catches up. I get very I throw out buttons that I probably shouldn't, doing pressure that I shouldn't be doing, and just get mauled for it because I do. Yeah, grab again because I still haven't really learned my lesson. But that's fine. Yeah, round start is always dangerous for Potemkin. Backdash, catch the backdash. I'm trying to catch a button. Doesn't work. This gets knocked down because Hammerfall is punishable. I get flip on this. I threw out a button, so I get bursted back. Yeah, this kills. Which I'm kind of sad. That would have been a nice way to finish. But anyway, catches my armor. Continues to pressure. Yeah, Beyblade. I tried to grab that. I don't know why that didn't work. Probably was unsafe. Anyway. Unsafe. Oh, so I burst. Burst, yeah, to keep pressure going. I grab because I'm a fool, and I get killed for it. So, goes up a game. Backdash to... I don't know. It has such good pressure options at the start. I don't know why you backdash. But anyway. I burst. Tries to get in again. Pressure. Knockdown. Burst. Tried to catch aerial buttons there. Didn't work. RC after the pressure's over.
Tries to catch the grab, which I don't do. Now I'm just being annoying. Pressure. Backdash into the correct thing, but I didn't get the damage correct. I missed the grab. I get knocked out of the park, and then I get just knocked out. Good counter. Yeah. So I was trying to press a button. Mostly panic. Trying to press grab. I'm amazed at that grab. Hold on. Okay. That's wild. How did that grab? Okay, Mega Fist. Oh, okay. Mega Fist into grab, which is unsafe, but I just missed the Mega Fist. Anyway. Whiff hammer fall into Buster and then kill. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh. Get my pressure off. Yes, this is something new. Nagoriyuki now starts to use blue Roman cancel back to get out of whatever knockdown stuff I was doing to far. First, because I have no life and want to get out of the pressure. It doesn't work anyway. So we're grand finals 2-2. I'm still very positive. Actually, I should talk about my mental for a bit. Here, I feel very good. I've lost 2 rounds straight, or 2 games straight. And I still feel good because all of the issues that I've been having are self-inflicted. And a lot of what Nago is doing is a lot of there was a lot of autopiloting and a lot of things that I just have to be patient and wait for the pressure to end so that I can start doing my business. So every time I lost a game here, I was saying, "Oh, it's fine. One more. It's fine. One more. It's fine. One more." So that positive effort of right, not getting psyched out that I lost 2 rounds straight really helped me out here. Because as we get into this last game, the grand final set, right? I'm going to wait, right? I'm going to be very patient. I'm not going to throw out tons of buttons. I could have probably grabbed there. Anyway, right? Keep Nago in the corner. Probably could have done. Change the timing, but tries to catch my aerial approach. Blue RC, like I said, which is new. I grab and I could have definitely. I was trying to. All right. So here, I was trying to avoid burst. I don't know why. So I was trying to quickly do the combo to finish it off, but I didn't hit heavy punch or the heavy button at the end. So don't get what I wanted, but I can still mash it out. Right. So here it's for me it's just patience, right? It's catching the backdashes, which this Nago has been doing this entire time. Catching right back Mega Fist to catch the move forward. Blood makes it much more even. I get some damage on me, but that's fine. I burst here. They burst because right, like this is honestly this is a great choice, right? I yellow RC and I'm either going to catch the backdash, I'm going to grab, or I'm going to do something else, right? And burst just keeps me in the corner, keeps the pressure on. They have low blood and they have meter, or they won't have meter. Oh no, they will have meter. Sorry. So this is a great option, right? But I'm not baited anymore by the grab baits. right? And like I'm not jumping anymore because I'm being more patient, right? It's because this, right, burst, pressure, 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 Roman cancel, pressure, 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 swing up, right? This is anticipation of me doing back mega fist, right? So then as soon as that doesn't work, it's Fukyo back, and you can see the blood is really high, right? Does the stall out in the air? Does it more damage? I'm trying to catch a button on the way there, and I get very lucky, I think. Hold on. Oh, this jump, because my risk is incredibly high. So, because there's damage on the way down, right? But I recover just in time. Where I can grab. Oh. I can grab that. I wait, I do the damage, and then I do a Mega Fist forward. Very unsafe, but it wins me the match. So, overall, a really fun run through of the bracket. I'm very happy with my performance. I was very surprised. But right, the three things that really helped me out were I did my research. Every match that I was uncertain about, I went and looked up what does this character do, what things should I look out for, and then I could adapt in game. The other thing is keeping myself hydrated and fed, which strangely enough is actually super important. And then finally, the other thing is just paying attention to what's happening in match. Right, there was tons of things. I right, this is a beginner tournament. I still consider myself a beginner, but all of the decisions that were made in tournament were all part of adapting to what the other person was doing and try to take advantage of the misplays that happen at this level, right? It's and part of that is just being patient, being attentive and looking at what's happening on the screen and being able to accommodate and adjust when needed. Right, and I can definitely credit a lot of my win to just absolutely insane decisions that you probably shouldn't do, but in the end, right, I was able to clutch it out in multiple matches, which and beat basically the person who then won the next beginners tournament, right? And it was close enough where we could run the match again, and we would still be 1-1 basically. So with that, I'm going to end the recording. I'm going to probably split it up into multiple videos, but thank you for watching. Check you later.